What is up, guys? Jake from OneHive here with the next attack strategy video, and this is not an attack strategy like a how-to, but yet a part of an attack, a part of every attack that we do, and that is dealing with the clan castle troops. And since the last update where the changes came with the poison spell, I think a lot of people have started struggling with this that maybe didn't used to. They relied on those poison spells so heavily, and they got used to them for so long, especially guys that maybe are at Town Hall 8 or Town Hall 9 that really haven't been in the competitive war scene or in the war scene period without those poison spells. They don't remember trying to hit troops with lightning or making sure that you had to get them lured out no matter what, or those type of attacks. So they don't have those basics that a lot of us older guys that have been around longer sort of developed back then, and still it's sort of second nature dealing with the CC troops and not that big a deal. But for some, it definitely is and can mess up some of their attacks. So we're going to go over different ways to deal with the clan castle troops today. From Town Hall 10 on down to Town Hall 8, and some of them, overlap, some of them work regardless of what Town Hall you're at. But you need to also be thinking about if you know versus don't know what's in the clan castle, because that can make a big impact on how you decide to deal with it. A lot of times you will know it'll be a cleanup attack, or the clan that you're facing has just done the same thing top to bottom. You can pretty much expect what's in the CC. But sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's a good mix, and you have to sort of go off of it based on what if it's this, what if it's that, and have a couple of different plans for it. So let's look at some attacks, talk about the different ways that these guys took care of the clan castle, and again, we'll just work our way sort of from top to bottom. All right, the first sort of method we're going to talk about is ignoring the clan castle. And you think, what? You just said it's important to take care of it and know how to take it out. Well, it is, but there are times you can essentially ignore it, and you've seen it on the channel a million times, but maybe you guys haven't thought about it this way. If you know there is a lava hound in the CC, what a lava hound represents is not a damage threat. I mean, you could literally put a lava hound on a giant, and it would take it probably well over a minute of just constant shooting at it, if nothing else was touching it, for that lava hound to take that giant down. It doesn't represent a threat in that sense. It is a time sink. It is a distraction for your queen, for your wizards, for whatever it can hit it. It's just going to take numerous shots. I mean, if you think about a queen, if you dropped a lava hound and dropped a queen on it, think about how many shots of that queen's damage, your highest outputting DPS troop on the map, how many shots it would take of her bow to kill the lava hound, to kill all the pups, even if she's raged, even if she's level 40, is a tremendous sink of time and damage from her. So you can at times completely ignore a lava hound if you keep troops that can hit that lava hound away from it. What do I mean by that? Keep your queen away from it. Keep your, go very, very light on wizards, maybe just like 1, maybe 2 to help create the funnel. Besides that, don't put any wizards in. And then from there, just go with, ground troops and let that lava hound beat on your ground troops, but literally keep the queen on the opposite side of the map. You'll see right here what Duce does. He wants to come in from this angle right here. He's coming on this side there. You see the wall breakers going down, so they're going to go that way. But he's got his queen all the way over here, and she is going to stay on this side throughout the entirety of the attack. But it's not that she's just over here sort of walking around clearing trash buildings. I mean, he's going to get huge value for her. She's going to take all of this out. She's going to take this out. She's going to come over to here. She's going to start getting into this compartment. It's going to be real value that she provides in her walk. Now, he's got healers on her and all that, but as she goes, she's going to take defenses out. She's going to take trash buildings out, and it is going to be a huge benefit. But here's the key. He sends all of his Valks, all of his King, everything right in here, and you can see already the lava hound is coming out with a few extra troops there, which is not that big a deal. You can drop a poison down for those, but this lava hound represents nothing besides almost as if this guy did not put but 5 troop space worth of defenses in his troop, because he has no wizards. He has nothing to hit it, nothing to even attacking this lava hound. They're just walking right past it like it's not even there. You can see all the other troops are already down. He's raging them up. He's keeping his troops moving forward. And in the meantime, this little guy is walking around targeting a level 40 king that really doesn't even know he's being targeted. You see the queen still getting full value, still getting down there, and here come the hogs. Again, it's just the ignore me method. Ignore the lava hound. go past it. Make sure, though, if you're using this method, one, that your queen is not too close, that she's not going to get locked onto it, and two, that you don't have 5 or 6 wizards backing up your kill squad, because they will get in there, they will explode it. Then you've got an issue. Then you've got a bunch of lava pups running around that can do damage, that can hurt your kill squad troops, and you might not get them down on top. You might lose enough troops that it hurts you on the time sink. So just remember that. Try to keep your queen away from it. Walk her away from it. Let the kill squad go in and just sort of ignore that lava hound. So there you go on that one. Let's move on. Look at this one other example of this, and then we'll go on to another method. All right, the next one we're going to look at is Megan Mo Money's attack, and same thing. The clan castle way over here knows there's a lava hound in it, just going to send her queen in right here from the bottom. And once she does that, going to wall break her in, and look at all this value the queen's actually going to pick up. I mean, this is all great stuff. Good defenses, good percentage. The king's going to come over. He's going to go down. That's a huge threat. But she's going to walk her way down and take all of this out. Now, that is not peanuts when you're talking about just the queen and some healers on her to get that done. From there, before she starts trying to beat through a wall or anything to get in range of that clan castle, Megan is going to send her main kill squad from over here. And again, you're going to see the exact same thing. Literally no wizards used. I mean, she's not going to use any. This is a nice base for that because there's no real funnel to create. Once you get your troops in this first compartment, you can direct them with the jump spell, and that's exactly what she's going to do. But, the lack of wizards, the lack of those air targeting troops are really what you're after in these attacks. Really heavy, really tanky ground, forces going in here. The king, the Valks, the golem, all of that going in on the same side. And when this lava hound comes out of the CC in just a moment, you'll see that golem sort of steps forward. There's the jump spell. There's the lava hound, and this person actually did not even feel it past that. Probably this was a newer 9 that doesn't have it upgraded yet. But look at that. There's just nothing going on. It's just a big floating balloon that does no damage following her troops around. So you see the queen still getting huge value, actually doing a little bit of tanking from that expo. It's all good stuff. And again, it's just what I call the ignore method. But make sure you're keeping that queen away from it. Make sure you're not loading up on wizards, because that is going to mess up your strategy there. So all right, let's move on to a different type of dealing with the CC troops. All right, the next method we're going to talk about is the queen walk, what I call the queen walk method. You can call it whatever you want to, but most of the time you're going to see it in a base like this where you have sort of a centralized clan castle, and there's no easy way to get the lure, but there's not anything in there that you can just ignore. Maybe there's Valks, maybe there's witches, maybe there's dragons and balloons and things like that, that if you send your kill squad in, they are going to get decimated because they are putting out a lot of damage and they can hurt them and they can't hit them. So you have to deal with it some way. But if you try to just go with a lure, maybe a couple of hogs or something like that, it's not in range and there's a lot of damage. You have this sort of boxed off base with a lot of damage on the outside. You're going to have to make a pretty big investment to get in range of that clan castle and pull it out. So what do? Well, what you can do is use your queen walk. You're going to see right here, Brady puts down his queen and he's going to start walking her this direction. Now, as these defenses start going down, what that is going to allow him to do is once she gets all this out of the way and has the range to, okay, there's no more distraction. If all of those defenses I just marked are dead and I drop a hog right here, he's going to this air defense, which is obviously in range of the clan castle. So you clear out the surrounding buildings, drop down a troop. It can be a hog, it's usually what you'll use. Could be a balloon, whatever, something to get in there and get in range of that CC, and then pull the troops out and allow the queen to take them down in a controlled manner. Unlike if you're sending in your kill squad and your queen, and it's all happening at once, there's defenses firing in. This allows the queen to get a nice area cleared out, not a lot of defenses targeting her, the healers are keeping her alive, and then you lure the CC out. You've got a poison spell, greatly reduces the damage that's coming her way. It slows down their attack speed, starts ramping up damage, and actually starts taking them out. And then from there, you're in a great shape to get that clan castle kill. So you'll see right here, this one's a little bit close. I'm going to show you another example in a moment, but has to come in. Couldn't just let the queen walk in, but he doesn't want a lot of damage. Again, that's an important factor. You don't want a whole lot of damage coming your queen's way while she's dealing with this. So you see the one hog there, that grabs the lure. Everything starts to come out, goes ahead and rages up, drops down that poison. There it is. They start really slowing down the damage. The queen will start firing in on them. I think he went ahead and popped her ability there, and the next thing you know, all of those CC troops are dead, and the queen is at full health. So that is pretty much the gist of it. Clear an area out with your queen walk, and then target a defense that is within range of the clan castle that otherwise could not have been targeted before the queen removed those outer defenses. Pull it out, kill it in a controlled fashion. Let's look at one more example of this. All right, for the last one of this style, we go over to Genesis and watch Cotton Eye Joe do it. Again, same thing. You're looking at this base. There's no way to get in this CC real well. All these outer defenses are sort of stopping it around. People design bases like that. So what does he do? Drops his queen down. He's going to start removing these defenses that are blocking him from doing that. And then he's going to send a hog in right here. It's going to run in, grab the CC lure. He's going to bring it out, kill it in that controlled manner with hardly any damage coming towards his queen at that time. You'll see right here, she's still doing her thing, walking around, clearing a few more defenses out of the way. We'll zoom in a little bit here. Taking out this storage. From there, we'll go on to this next storage and then grab that wizard tower. That opens it up. It's a wide enough gap there that he can send that hog in. As soon as this wizard tower goes down, he knows he can target that core. And again, get right there on that mortar, get very close to that clan castle. Even as that Tesla pops, it doesn't take long usually. There you see some witches, some valks, everything coming out. Comes over to the queen side, goes ahead and drops the poison down. Again, all she's dealing with is splash damage besides the CC troops coming out. Even with a witch in there, it slows them down so much, and she starts taking a lot of damage right here. As the skeletons come out, they die really quick, and then boom, the witch is dead, and that is that. You can continue with the attack. CC troops taken care of. Really didn't take up that much time, and also just sort of incorporated the CC kill into your queen walk, which can be a big time saver. And also, again, just that controlled manner in which you kill it can be a big help for your attack there. So let's go down. The last thing to look at here is a Town Hall 8 clan castle kill. People struggle with that because 8s got spoiled. They could just pull them out. Didn't matter what was in the CC because they couldn't fit a lava hound. 2 poisons, it was dead. But it used to, before the poison, people got really good at taking CC troops out. Let's go watch a few attacks and see how they do it. All right, our last method, we're going to talk about Town Hall 8 attacks, and there's essentially the same way to do it. One's using a poison spell, and one is not using the poison spell. Most of the time in Town Hall 8, you can get to the CC pretty easily. It's very hard to make it a difficult lure. So if you just grab that easy CC lure with a hog or something like that, pull it out. It really doesn't matter what's in it. Bring it out to the side, and here's where you just sort of, the one thing, it's just like one little trick, and once you know that, you're in great shape. Obviously, Thorn here is using the poison, has that dragon he's going to deal with, but these barbs, you see he's got 6 barbs there. He drops one down, he drops another, he starts dropping his wizards in at this point, drops another barb, drops another barb, just keeping those barbarians out in front to where they are being targeted, the wizards aren't, and boom, all of a sudden the dragon or whatever's in the CC is going to be gone. Now again, you have to have troops on the board, otherwise they're going to move out of that poison, but even if you don't have a poison, which we're going to look at in a minute, this exact same technique works. You just slow roll those barbarians in there, have the wizards in the back line, doing the damage, and the barbs are taking the shots, and right as one's about to go down, you drop another one. Pretty straightforward stuff. Let's look at it one more time on a different attack. All right, here's the last one. Again, now you see War Sage here does not have any poison spells, but he's going to do it exactly the same way. You see he's got the barbs there, he's got the wizards, drops these hogs down. Sometimes you might have to take out a defense to get to it, but honestly, most of the time, 90% of the time on a Town Hall 8, you will only have to remove one defensive building before you're good to go on the lure there. So it's pretty much the same composition here. Drops it in, here comes a couple of barbs, here come the wizards, and now watch how he continues to drop these barbs right under that dragon. That's what he's going to be targeting. He's not targeting his wizards. The wizards are doing the damage. You don't spam them all at once. You slowly deploy the barbs underneath the dragon or on top of the troops, wizards, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. You make sure they're closer than your wizards are. Let your 3 or 4 wizards do the cleanup. Obviously, it goes faster if you have a poison spell, but a poison spell is not needed in attacks like this where you're using quakes for your valks and stuff like that. You're not going to have room for them. All right, guys, so that is it for this video. I really hope it helped you, maybe gave you some ideas to think about different ways to take care of this clan castle troops in the current meta of the game. Until next time, Jake from OneHive doing my best to help you guys suck less.